So this was job number 2. It didn't end up uploading the collector files, and so we realized there was a make dir, and so here is the. Let's go to the branch. So this was wrong. We shouldn't have been doing this. This was just in case the directory wasn't writable, but that wasn't needed because the directory is writable. So let's go to the jobs. And so you can copy this workflow file into your own repo if you wanted to. Okay, so we have collector output.zip and repos.json. Let's go ahead and actually download this in the Linux world. Actually, let's go ahead and say, what do we want? We want, okay, VS Code. Don't open, please. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, so GitHub, artifact API. So let's play with the artifact API. Okay, look at this. Ooh, nice. They make this nicer. Okay, so, all right, look at that. The GHCLI. Okay, so, wow, you have the V3 API now. Oh man, this is just getting better and better. Okay, get an artifact. Okay, so list artifacts for repository. List workflow run artifacts. Okay, here we go. Okay, so GH run list of, okay, workflow. And what is our workflow? It is GitHub workflows Alice. Should I contribute? So let's see those. All right, let's grab the last one. Grab the ID with awk. So we're going to say print parentheses nf minus 2. So that selects nf, says the last column number, and then in parentheses minus 2 says give us the, or wait, yeah, in parentheses minus 2 says just give us the second from last. Okay, and then you have to do the parentheses or else it won't select it right. And then we pipe through head and we say -n for number of lines, then we say 1. So we're going to grab the first run ID, and now we're going to put this whole command that we just executed previously into a output into a bash. So now I'm doing Control-XE, and I'm in Vim, and I'm editing, and now I'm replacing the run ID in that previous one. Right, and so owner repo, so this is Intel GFML, and now we should see the artifacts. Okay, great, there it is. Great, oh, fantastic. Look, there is the artifact URL. So now we can pipe this through. Can we do help on this? Okay, JQ, all right, it's got JQ built in. So let's do a string here, dot artifacts, and then list, do the brackets, and then dot name. Let's see, collector output. Okay, so can we build a little dictionary here? name, and then I don't know how to do this. I'm probably doing it wrong. Okay. Artifacts. Okay, download URL. Okay, so it can't be. So it's artifacts dot name. Okay, download URL. Let's try that. How do we do? Okay, so JQ. Okay, basic filters. Okay, object value iterator. Okay, so here's the dot array syntax. So how do we select a, okay, so we pipe through this thing. So we say, we do dot artifacts, and then we select the list, and then we do a pipe, and we say, and then we want a little, okay, there's a dot name, dot archive URL. Okay, that gave them to us. If we wanted a JSON structure with that. Okay, then we do. Okay, so URL. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so now we have, can we build this whole thing? No, okay, let's just not do it with that. Streaming. Array construction. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we put the whole thing in an array. Object construction, can we do object construction? Okay. User. Okay, so we use this little, okay, so we want to do name. So I'm looking here, putting parentheses around key. Putting parentheses around a key means it will be evaluated as an expression with the input, the same input as the above. So this is dot user here we see. So we're going to say dot name. Let me blow this up so you can see. So we're doing here. Okay, so now we don't need that list. So now we can say, okay, so what if it had multiple artifacts? I think this will do it. I think this is what we want. All right, so I'm going to put this in the notes for this session here. Is that what this is called? Overlay cleanup. Okay, so this is success. Okay, well, we haven't looked at it yet, actually, so let's go ahead and then let's just select that download, archive download URL. And let's go ahead and curl that down. So B L, is it lowercase l or is it capital O? Let's find out. 403. Okay. Do you have to be authenticated to download the artifacts? Oh, ouch. Okay. Okay. Can we do GH API? What's the URL that it gives us? It is an API URL. So can we do, okay, so download URL, SED-E. Okay, so let's remove the okay. So then we need to change the accept to get. Okay. Except I think it should be application octext stream, but I'm not sure. Okay. And dd status equals dev std in, or actually let's just pipe this through xxd and see what happens. Repos.json. Okay, so we got a zip file. Look at that. Okay, that's great. Okay, so this is perfect. So now let's just say all right, so I want to do this. I want this to be scripted. Because what if there's more than one artifact? So, okay, we'll worry about it right now. All right. Or let's see. No, this is a cache download. Look at me. All right. Okay. What is it called? Collector output. All right. So Python -m zip file -e output dir collector output and then collector output. That's it. Okay. So let's configure output. Okay. Set it backwards. Okay. Python -m. JSON dot tool collector output repos.json. Ta-da! That's exciting. And look, it has the date stamp on it. So that's, oh, wait, I have a note here. So, oh, scan speed. So the speed of thought stuff. So this isn't really speed of thought so much as some kind of like control delay for like running average thing. This is some kind of running average control delay that we're measuring for execution speed here. And this is like the parallel thought processes executed is what we care about. So this is kind of like our clock speed for this parallel execution environment. So this is like the number of operations for that sort of that domain, that when we're thinking cross-domain conceptual mapping, like when we're in a given field, what is the execution rate within that field, within that niche, within that train of thought, right? Okay, so and so we're hoping those train of thoughts are pursuant with the state of the art. And so we're facilitating communication to make that happen amongst the agents. Okay, so this is fantastic. All right, thank God. Okay, oof, wow. All right, this is great. Okay, we got results. Okay, this is just fantastic. Okay, so let's just okay, so let's see. Gotta be technically correct. It's best kind of correct. All right, so it's true. All right, so I'm just piping this zip file so that I can do the control V block select in Vim, and then I can go through and deduplicate. Okay, so let's see, what did we learn here? Where were the things where we learned what we liked? Okay, so there, we like that one. Okay, so we like this one. This one, this gives us, so we're telling us, this gives us, what does this give us? Let's just run it. What is it? Or quote left, comma, quote right, space, bang, bash. There we go. That's what it gives us. Okay, so we'll just set example output. Okay. And I'm just writing the GitHub formatted blocks now. So what is this? Hey, this ain't a bad way to write documentation. Okay, you just copy each line that you ran in the first tree and you rerun it. You roll back the system state to whenever that was. So you save snapshots of all the system state, and then you roll back and you infer how to roll back based on previous commands once you learn how they modify the system state if you don't know how to get to the previous one. Okay, great. I think that was pretty much the plan anyway. So. Okay, so that failed. This is kind of mildly interesting, so confirm it's a zip. So we're confirming it's a zip file by looking at the bytes with XXD. So it's mild. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so this is echo grab the. Okay, so I'm just writing the docs here. So we just dumped the commands we just recently wrote. We wrote. Wait, now I lost an echo. So confirm this zip file by looking at the bytes with XXD. All right, and then Now we export to file. So this didn't take very long at all, right? So we're experimenting right now with a method of documentation as we write the code and as we go through the examples so that we know how we got to where we got. Right? So this is like, hey, this is our debugging process. This is us playing around. This helps other people learn how we got here. You know, and just it only takes a little bit of time to document this. And the next people who come in here and wonder, you know, maybe ourselves are going to have a much easier time figuring out what the hell happened. You know, when we tell them, when we explain to them in this way, we say, you know, okay, so we needed to get the artifact to inspect the artifact uploaded with the scan with the collector results to inspect that the output of results.json. Made sense. Do we have, let's go ahead and okay, now we'll say, then we wrote this tutorial, this little mini tutorial by dumping our shell history and I'll say hail and 50 recent. And then we copy paste and upload to the whatever, upload to somewhere our colleagues and ourselves will have access to in the future when they want to know more about our development process for this patch. So this is similar to an extended commit message. In fact, we'll be playing with linkages to commits of data generated during development for query later by Alice and others. Okay. Okay. You can see this is, and this is a good way to do this because look at this. This is an alias. LL is actually an alias. So, okay, so. Or use the, okay, so query, make an authenticated query to the GitHub API asking for the resource. Pipe it to a pipe the output to a zip file to save it to disk. Okay, then we extract the zip file to view the contents and to a directory. We extract the zip file to a directory, and we look at the contents of the extracted directory to confirm all the files we think should be there are there, and then we'll put to do verification via asymmetric, via cryptographic mechanisms. Or cryptographic or other trust mechanisms. Okay. And then we'll say, and we ask Python to use the JSON.tool helper to export to print the file, to pre-print. Okay, that looks good. So let's copy paste this. All right, we just wrote ourselves a little piece of information there. Okay, what was this? So this part we didn't, we figured out how, let me grab the JQ docs. References. Oh no, my keyboard keeps going out on me. To use the JQ, the GitHub CLI's built-in JQ style output selection to build a JSON object. Where the keys are the artifact names and the values are the URLs. Okay, so all right. Okay, so now we just documented our process here. All right, so, oh wait, okay, so we need to explain here. It's probably time to start a new comment. It's just, there gets to be so many comments. Okay, and this one is, here we output, we select only the archive, the URL of the archive for the, only the URL. The archive, there is only one artifact, so we only get one output. And then we'll say on this one here where we download to zip, to do operation to download GitHub run artifacts. Okay, so we confirm this works. Great. All right, okay, I think that was a good little session. So I think I'm going to take a little walk and then we'll get to the rest of this.